I'm a little surprised that the expression used waste of constitutional bench's time, when a previous bench of this court has said that these cases must be placed before a constitutional bench.
As not indicated by your lordships on the last occasion,
Yes.
that the questions of law might be academic. There are certain individual problems and individual issues which have also been tagged. But my suggestion, subject to your lordship's approval and other side agreeing, for example, Mr. Divan has some individual issue of one individual. But they can be taken care of on the administrative side with RBI, bank, Ministry of Finance, etc., for which we may not waste the time of the constitution. That can be one way of dealing. If everyone agrees, the individual issues can be sorted out.
If, according to you, the constitution issues do not arise for consideration.
It is. We have actually we've circulated a compilation. I don't know whether your lordships have had a chance to look at it, where we've placed before the court all the orders, the series of orders. I'm a little surprised that the expression used waste of constitutional bench's time, when a previous bench of this court has said that these cases must be placed before a constitutional bench. So I'm going to read through the orders passed by constitution bench of this court, as well as smaller benches of this court, referring our matters to this constitution bench.
But
and I've placed all of that on record in
only a minute, Mr. Divan. I didn't mean in a derogatory sense that wasting for 5 honorable judges' time is precious. That's what I said. I didn't say that we are wasting time. None of us are.
Your Lordship, maybe some of the petition, according to my Solicitor General, may be right or wrong, but not the all. So my request only one point, Your Lordship. Serial wise, Your Lordship may touch the petition which have the constitutional point, deal it. Which doesn't have the constitutional point, it should be discarded.
See, one
As
thing.
the Solicitor General want to say the same thing. If there is a constitutional point, it cannot be academic. It will affect my future, my country future for at large. So each and every petition should be taken up, whether the petition have constitutional point to be decided or not. If not, keep it one side. If yes, seal it. Either it is academic or not. That's what I meant.
See, normally what happens, may I say something? May I say something? Normally, when issues are raised before a constitution bench, I think it is the duty of the bench to answer them.
Yes.
But in the instant case, has it not become a fait accompli?
No.
So far as
the
order is concerned.
I'm not for a petitioner who has an individual grievance. I'm only on the constitutionality of the actions taken for demonetization. And it has not become academic. With great respect, I've read your lordship's observations on the last occasion. It has not become academic. The issues are live. The issues may arise in the future also. Therefore, my lord, the issues have to be decided.
Answering for the posterity is one thing, but to say something for or against the impugned action at this stage, is it not already a fait accompli?
It is not academic. We will show to your lordships, it is not academic. For example, the 1978 demonetization was actually decided individual grievances, whatever your lordship say. I don't have an individual.
Diverse points of view, the academic or not. Of course, they must be well received, I don't say so. But in my very humble understanding of the matter as it stands today, since the notification has now gone beyond and there is an ordinance and the act has replaced the whole thing, unless the act is challenged in a proper perspective with reference to context and what happens today, what grievance would survive today, if the act is not under challenge, where is the question of going back to notifications? And I think it's essentially academic, an academic declaration which may have a large number of political implications. So the court would probably defer to the need for not entering into the kind of academic declaration.
In my petition, I have challenged Act as well as notification itself also on the basis of constitutionality of. I am confined to the Article 77(1) only, because now we are not following the Constitution. This is a real fact. Everything going to be done by the cabinet without coming into the Parliament. Every day tax is being imposed. Every day everything is going on. This is demonetization is also out of the same series. This is the first act which was never played
I
before
wish-
the parliament
I-
before declaring that it is going to be demonetization. Whatever you want to do within the constitution.
I only wish that the arguments
We
are
are
advanced.
within
One
the
minute,
constitution.
sir.
No, we are
Please,
within
sir.
the constitutional system. We are and
I-
within the constitutional system. Now today this is a constitutional bench.
Suggestion.
Yes,
Suraj, if it suits your, if it's appropriate, we have filed a compilation of which sets out at the beginning the orders passed by this court. I think if we go through the orders passed by the Constitution bench and other benches referring the matters, it may serve a purpose. May I request you to just, there are 4 or 5 orders which have been passed by this court, including those framing the questions. I think that will indicate as to how this case has developed and evolved, and then we can progress further as to how we want to proceed to the next step. May I place those judgments? And
As one, what we are suggesting.
Yes, yes.
There are totally how many? 40.
About 58.
There are 58 matters, right?
Yeah,
Now, we will take one by one first. Let us see.
yeah.
Supposing one for any reason has become infructuous, we need not keep. And only those, which are relevant, which are necessary, we will take up independently.
Very good.
Otherwise, there will be virtually, it is not possible to control also with so
You're
many
right.
petitions.
Very well. I might just indicate one factor. Perhaps your lordships
Mr.
are aware of
Sharma?
it.
Your lordship.
Your case we will take up at the end. Nikal ka side mein rakh do, huh? Last at the end.
No, I am saying something else.
Sorry. Ho gaya. Order is passed. At the end, you take his case at the end. At the end, remove that case. Which is your case?
162
What?
of 2020.
No. Item number?
Item number 728.
So 728. Keep it at side, at the end.
You say I want.
No. You should not say anything unless we call upon you to say. No. At the end. Ho gaya. Over. Yes.
Argument. No argument. One line only. You will say no person should be allowed to repeat the previous argument.
All right. Now your case is at the end.
It should be.
We will fix a separate date for you.
No, Your Lord.
Yes.
Oblige.
I find,
Separate day, maybe. Separate day for you. Right.
I find the large number of
So your
infrequent
lordships may just recall
and,
that in a previous order which was passed by this court, the Constitution bench has held that no other court should entertain petitions, etc. So that's one order which I wanted to draw attention to. And all applications and petitions should be filed in this court alone. That's one order. The other order is when separate writ petitions came to be filed because of this direction which was passed by this court. What your lordships thereafter ordered is that we are disposing of the writ petitions, but we are granting liberty to each of the writ petitioners to file an intervention application to assist the court and the Constitution bench. So those writ petitions were also closed, allowing us to approach this court because probably you didn't want a multitude of writ petitions to be filed, and that is the status. So we are entirely in the court's hands, but I thought it may be useful to go through these orders first, and thereafter, of course, as your lordship suggests, proceed sequentially or whatever manner the court considers appropriate. So I was just seeking permission of the court if you would allow me to place these orders as they evolve so that we at least know the orders which have been passed by this court coming to this moment. That is my only request.
Mr. Shyam Divan,
Yes.
we have also discussed
Very well.
just
Very
before
well.
coming, right?
Yes.
Now, if the issue has really become academic,
Yes.
there is no point in wasting the time of 5 judges,
Yeah.
right? Now, we feel having regard to the passage of time,
Yeah.
if there is any individual grievance in any separate writ petition, we will tackle them.
Yes.
But otherwise, all these issues should we take it up at this stage?
It's not academic, it won't be academic because as I'm now just on the last point which you correctly observed. If there are individual issues, the individual issues challenge will be at different levels.
Yes.
They will be at the challenge that, look, this particular statute is unconstitutional. Assuming it is constitutional, the action under the statutes is for whatever reason disproportionate, failing constitutional tests. So, as your lordship is aware, challenges are layered. They are at different levels. So, there is an attack on the validity. Assuming the validity, as your lordships correctly hold, one thing I might just point out, I mean, it's just maybe of some interest because Mr. Chidambaram has already indicated that to the court.
Yes.
As far as the 77, 78 demonetization is concerned, and we have placed that in the compilation, That decision eventually came in 1996 by a constitution bench, which examined threadbare the statute and thereafter went into the individual grievances and pronounced on the individual grievances by the constitution bench itself. So that judgment also we have placed in the compilation. So, I mean, not that that is binding on your lordships in the sense, but that's an indication as to how a previous constitution bench tackling an issue similar to this did proceed in the matter. They retained the matter and they eventually decided it. So, Manoj, I am only speaking now from the perspective of the individual whom I represent. We had filed a writ petition. This court said that please file an intervention in this lead case of Vivek Sharma. So that petition was disposed of. We availed that liberty and we have come here by way of an application, etc.
That Mr. Shyam Divan,
Yes.
with due respect,
Yes.
that was a time perhaps that order was necessary.
Yes, maybe.
Now everything is settled
Well,
down.